Okay, Libra, you guys are up next for full moon in Virgo read. The moon is in Virgo right now. It was full yesterday in Virgo, and it's moving to Libra. And it's your guys' turn, Libra. So tap into your energy here. And whatever channel messages come through, I'll give it to you. And that's the thing. Let's get the business side squared away. If you like the channel, absolutely like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload another video. This full moon is like a decisive full moon and working out like details of the journey ahead. Like you're getting sight of the journey, working out details. Virgos are very like that. And it's anticipatory, like anticipating this problem, this situation, this issue, anticipating this and sidestepping it. I feel like though with you guys, it's like air energy. It's like that thinking, overthinking. Are you guys overthinking? Of course you are. Like I have Libra rising, I overthink all the time. I feel like though with the path ahead, you're thinking that the problems are going to be major, and they're going to be stuff that it's like, it's not a problem. Like what's the problem? So you're anticipating these big, like these big explosions, these big like side swiping here and there, and it's not going to be like that. Like it's like I'm getting the image. I just keep getting that reference from Charmed, the original television series. There was this, and I think it was from first season, second season, where a warlock and his girlfriend, the girlfriend wanted to release the warlock from a painting. That's so funny. I'm getting this reference. And they end up bringing it to the auction house to Prue. And Prue, they take an x-ray of it because she sees something right in the back. And she says the incantation ends up in the painting. The part that I'm getting is when Piper is in there. And it's like an obstacle course that you have to go through. And the obstacle course, like it was swords and it was flames that was tossing, flame balls and everything. But it was to keep the warlock in the cage. Now, for the good witches, they could get out of it. And they worked around it and knew how to work around it because they were good. And it wasn't a cage that was designed for them. It's amazing. I feel like the cage wasn't designed for you. It was someone else's cage. Like someone's intention to make the cage for you. So if someone's intention was to make the cage for you, it's actually their cage. So the limitations that they're putting on you, if they're sending stuff to you, if you're good. So if they're sending these bad intentions to you and they're sending this negative energy and yeah, I don't even call them baby witches. I call them like wannabe, because they're just wanting to stop people from doing what they want them to do. And it goes back to that sense of entitlement. Mark of the Beast is about entitlement. Acting out low vibrational energy out of a sense of entitlement. I want, therefore I get. I want, therefore I take. If someone has delayed you, well, if someone's delayed you because of that and wanted to make a cage for you to keep you trap, to slow you down, to misdirect you. The cage that they tried to build for you was actually built for them. That's what that means. This cage was not built for you, it was built for them. Because their intention was to get you out of and away from your spiritual path. And when you get if someone's trying to do that, your spirit team, and I'll explain it this way. The CEO of the business has to get every department to come to them for an update on the progress in their department. When they come to the CEO with a progress report of their department, if outside sources are trying to prevent the department from working and from doing and being where they're supposed to be in the scheduling, there's a scheduling conflict. There's scheduling conflict, and there's conflict between departments, or conflict between forces and the department. The forces are dealt with because the departments have to do what they were meant to do. So if this is one of those things to where someone was trying to delay you, build a cage for you, like I feel like that, like build a cage for you, keep you locked in. Keep you locked in. They've actually done it to themselves. The cage was not meant for you. Two, if they're keeping you away from someone that they have possession of or they want possession of, the cage was meant for the person they want to hold on to. There's that story too. I just keep hearing that though. The cage was not meant for you. The cage was not meant for you. Cage was not meant for you. Was the intention behind it to wow. Yeah, like I said, like I keep getting that. The intention behind the cage was meant for you. The construction of the cage wasn't meant for you. There's a delay error about this, like a delay. They had every intention to build a cage for you. They did. They just couldn't do it. Because look at the phrasing, the cage wasn't meant for you. That's because there was a higher calling for you. For anyone else, maybe the cage would have taken. The cage, though, didn't take. And when you try to do that to someone, you end up locking yourself in. It's like a paranoia thing. It comes down to, what is it, Macbeth? With the witches. Like Macbeth goes to the witches, 3 witches. And the 3 witches give him a prophecy. Which, you have to understand, this is the thing. You get a prophecy, you have to look at the prophecy. You do. You have to look at the prophecy. Because the wording of the prophecy could dictate the truth behind it too. Now, then there became this like paranoia with it. I feel like that's what it was. Isn't that how Macbeth goes? They told him he would be king, so he took it. And when he took the kingdom, then it became a paranoia to keep it. So it doesn't mean the prophecy. And see, that's the thing too. It doesn't even. Like if you were told, I feel like giving this example. If you were told that you're going to go there and live there. So your idea of going there and living there is to make sure the person in that house, you send all this bad stuff to where the person in the house has to move out. Now, you were told that you're going to go move there, live there. Could turn around to where years from now, that's what could happen. But your perception of what you were told is completely off. Like you're going to end up here, or this is going to happen. It could even be where you were at that moment, where you were heading there. You could have lived there. You could have known the person that lived there. That could change. It could also be of, I'm going to teach one day. I'm going to teach one day. And then you think, my understanding of it is I'm going to do this and get a teaching degree. Instead, I wrote a book and now I'm teaching the book. Or I have a YouTube channel, I'm teaching on there. So there's the wording of when it comes to, oh God, I don't even know where this is going. Wow. The wording of prophecies, you have to look at them because they could be right now. A prophecy, though, whenever God gives a word of direction, it's you will end up there if you continue to do this. You will end up with this if this continues to happen. Like there's an if with it. Like there's a direction with it. You have to do something in order to go there. I just feel like there was a misunderstanding here. Misunderstanding from an outside source, an outside energy. And the outside energy's misunderstanding affected, I feel like it affected Libra. Like there was a misunderstanding with this. This could even be one of those things of being told, you have to take care of them. It doesn't mean that you have to lock them down. Taking care of them is be available to them whenever they need you. Like it's that type of thing. I just keep getting that though. The cage is not meant for you. Was not meant for you. Was not meant for you. The cage was not meant for you. Because they thought it was somebody else. See that? That's my love candle. Like they were sure this was meant for someone else. Like the cage was meant for somebody else. But they end up delaying you. I feel like you were caught in a crossfire because your identity, there was misunderstanding on another party's part of this. They were just sure it was somebody else. That's funny. Okay, Libra. Wow. Okay. And I feel like when they figure out it's you, it's almost like this arrival thing. Like that's what I was getting with the reference from Charmed, is that the warlock couldn't bypass the obstacles that was set in this painting, in this house, because it was meant for that person. The good witches, though, could. And I feel like it's like a conundrum. Conundrum? Like it's dual, there's a duality here. The person that was making the cage, that cage is theirs. That's where it is too. Fake twin. Like they were trying to make a cage for fake twin, but they were the fake twin. It's like a plot twist in a story. So the cage ended up being for them. Anyway, let's get into the read. I haven't even prayed yet, I don't think. Great Creator, Father God, Divine Mother, Mother Mary, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. I just pray and ask for wisdom, protection, and clarity, and for any messages needed come through for the collective sign of Libra for this, their full moon in Virgo read. In Jesus' name, amen. Now, the moon is moving from Virgo into Libra. You're going to feel the energy of this for the next week. And I did not say that for the last sign. So Libras are going to be, yeah, because it's going into your guys' sign. No wonder you'll be sensitive to it. But there was a clarity here. Like, I feel like there's a misunderstanding on someone's part. The cage was not meant for you. And they were under this delusion. They were under like this, I feel like it was a misunderstanding. I still feel like they knew that they were like, it's like a twin flame thing. Like, I feel like the fake twin knew that they were the fake twin though. And they were trying to, the cage was meant for the real twin flame, but they had another person in mind. They thought it was somebody else. And it wasn't them. This is for Libra. It's for you, whoever this is for. And it could even be beyond the twin flame thing too. It could be, yeah, I'm picking up that too. Workplace. Workplace. Someone was losing their job. Like it was coming up to where someone was losing their security, their financial, something about job. Someone else, they felt like someone else was starting to take their job. And this could be still the relationship thing too. Like, feel like they're losing their place with them, but was under the impression it was someone else. This could even start arguments between the two people. But it was actually, like, I feel like it was actually you. Like, okay, I said this in Aquarius's read. Did I say this in Aquarius's read? I want to do channel messages on here more often. But I just feel like there was a lot of karmic contracts that were settled. Like I feel like judicially, judicially settled. Judiciously. I don't know that I'm saying that the right way. Like in a spiritual court of justice, like the CEO was taking care of it, the judge was taking care of it. like karmic contracts that had just dragged on for longer than they should have. And individuals that were meant to be certain places, meant to be on a path, they were like, it was a delay collectively. And I've been feeling like that too, where collectively there's been a delay. But the karmic, though, never thought that it was you, Libra, taking their position of power, taking their position of like work position, taking like contract. They thought it was someone else. So whatever they did to build this cage for that particular person, you were the one that was put in the middle, because that's who they were targeting, was the real person that was meant to be there. So you were targeted inadvertently. We'll just say that, inadvertently, because in their head they thought it was someone else. There's this with these group of people. I'll just say this karmic group of people. They don't have clarity. It's like they're in this fog and they're making assumptions based on unhealed wounds. And it goes back to this entitlement story, sense of entitlement. But it's unhealed wounds. Like they're looking at themselves and saying, oh, it's got to be that person. But they're not paying attention to, and this could be even for a cross watcher about Libra, but they're not paying attention to the person that's like in the middle. They're not paying attention to the work. They're not paying attention to the job, because no one is removing you from a position. That job has been set aside for this person. The job can only be done by this person. There's two people here that need to get together, and they have this mirror of one another. Like they have this person set aside, and both of them been set aside for each other. Because I feel like these contracts, like there was karmic contracts that took over soul contracts. And karmic contracts are soul contracts, but I feel like they need to be cleaned up first. But if you're not able to look at your own stuff, then I mean, there's healing needs to be done. There's lessons that's what a karmic soul contract is. Lessons that need to be learned here. All right, let's get into, I'm going to pull Moonology, then Moonology Manifestations, then go to the Crow Tarot. Hold your vision, fixed moon. Yeah, don't let the doubt, don't let the fear, nothing come in there. Because if you had that big of a battle, just saying, you're supposed to be somewhere. Have faith in your dreams, waxen crescent moon. Hold your vision. Don't worry. Have hope. And have faith in your dreams. Faith. Keep getting that too. Like it's an overall theme to this full moon in Virgo. But that was the image I was getting too. Was that instead of it being this difficult cross-country like obstacle course, like you're going to start walking this path and you're going to be like intending all of these things, like you're going to have to duck and weave and counter this and counter that, and having to go around this one and go around that one. And it's not going to be like that. Like you're going to walk down the path and there's not going to be any obstacles there. But you're going to be walking down the center, and these obstacles that you were thinking was huge, just going to be little, like decorations on the side is what it looks like. Just little decorations. So it's not going to be something that you're going to have to counteract. It's not even going to be something that you're going to have to watch out for or bob and weave or try to get out of. Nothing like that. So let's go to the knowledge and manifestations. One more shuffle. All right, 2 off the top, 1 off the bottom. Embrace the flow of life, full moon in Gemini. First quarter moon in Aquarius, trust the universe because they have control over this. Don't worry. Like, don't freak out. Don't, just trust that you're going in the right direction. New moon in Capricorn, step up and lead. Just because I feel like that. I feel like an outside source put you on delay. This could be for a cross watcher too. Like a delay was made here. And the person that was trying to delay them, like it could be that they were trying to delay a Libra, it could be a Libra trying to delay someone else, had put them in, like had built this cage, spiritual cage to delay someone because they didn't want to release someone. And it was not wanting, like they didn't want to release their prize. It could be work too. They didn't want to lose their job. But the person that felt like they were losing thought it was someone else that was taking it. So their intention was that direction. But someone here got put in the middle. And the person that was put in the middle has been put on delay, has bailed out, and I feel like this is for the person that's been put on delay. You know where you're going. Have faith, hold your vision, lead, trust the universe, embrace the flow of life. Just see this play out. Because you know, then no. Embrace this. Okay, let's go to the tarot. One more. I'm listening too, so. But the person making this cage, they've actually caged themselves, what they've done. And now they're delaying themselves. Because it was unhealed wounds, they were expecting someone else. It was a sense of entitlement. But they've delayed themselves from their healing. There's healing, but they're still in that low vibrational energy. They're not even coming out of it. So they're not even interested in healing. They just want what's theirs. 2 of Swords, Queen of Wands, 7 of Cups, there's Tower, 7 of Wands. You got 2 sevens here. 4 of Wands, King of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, and 2 of Wands. Okay, it starts out with connection, ends with a connection card. This connection is connecting to your higher self and your pathway ahead. This is connecting to someone else in conversation, understanding one another. Like every time I see this card, and this is how I learned this card, because I have to associate it with books, scripture, and it was usually scriptures that I associated with. But this card The association was a book series, which is an amazing book series. Sherlock Holmes, Mary Russell, Sherlock Holmes by Laurie King. I love that series. Sherlock Holmes is bored. He's finding it difficult to connect with anyone that understands him. Then he meets younger Mary Russell, and the two of them connect because she has an intuitive mind and an intuitive mind. Oh, that's funny. Freudian slip and tarot read. An intuitive mind will stay there, but they understand one another. That's where the connection is. So this crossroads up here. Queen of Wands, Sagittarian energy. Seven of Cups, very confusing. Tower. Okay, this is the thing. Seven of Cups is so many options, it becomes emotionally confusing. Where it's one of those things of all of these possibilities could happen, and I don't know which one's happening. And it's feeling like being blinded. Okay. Now, the shadow side to that card, like the light side to the card, is so many options. Like you're standing in the store going, so many color options. Which one do I get? The shadow side to it, though, is paranoia. Like this could happen, that could happen, this could happen, that could happen, this could happen, that could happen. And it's driving yourself confused. Like it's emotionally breaking. The tower here is needed, though. It is. It's needed because tower is foundation that's been built on fault. Tower has been built on faulty foundation. The reason they fall is because of the faulty foundation. It needs to be rebuilt. That's also immediate. It's a sudden change that happens. I think the sudden change here was the realization that the reason you were getting kickback, like I feel like you felt like you did something wrong. Oh no, like what did I do when I'm getting this kickback? You were put in the middle of something that has to do with you. It does. But you were put in the middle of it, but the other person didn't know it was you. Like physically knew it was you. Like they didn't know that. I really don't feel like they did. Like they thought it was someone else. You, though, energetically, you ended up being put in the middle because it was you. The tower, though, was the realization of, oh, someone's mad, then maybe I'm supposed to be there. Because the seat you're supposed to sit in, if somebody else is sitting in it, they're going to get mad knowing that it's not their seat. But if you know that it's your seat, you can kind of see where they're mad. And I think that's what the realization was. And I think from here going forward with Seven of Wands, it's clearing out all blocks to get there. If I need it there, I'm going there. Now, Four of Wands, excuse me, this is about making changes to your stability, making changes to your environment, physical changes, spiritual changes. This is changing, evolving, becoming more stable, grounded, understanding, more self-aware. The full moon in Virgo is about self-awareness. Like it's about, I need to go there. I'm going to be self-aware of how can I make it there. I need to do this in order to get there. Let's anticipate this happening. And I feel like it's with a connection with someone else that started this whole chain event thing, chain reaction. King of Cups, there's that divine masculine. So Queen of Wands, Sagittarian energy, that's listening, giving wisdom, but it's receiving. It's having the downloads, it's receiving, it's divine feminine, receptive energy. King of Cups knows who they want to give the cup to. That's giving. Ten of Pentacles, because I feel like this whole thing, like this is sudden. This could be sudden success. This could be sudden, like out of the blue, something happening suddenly. All the doors opening that you've been sitting there waiting in the hallway for because you've been put on this delay. Everything suddenly happening. All the blocks removed. Let's get to this. Because I feel like there's a connection. I also feel like 10 of Pentacles doesn't always mean money, but I feel like that's finances. That's finances. That's resources. That's building yourself up. That's leaving for the next generation. That's family wealth. But it's also family spiritual wealth, family emotional wealth, family knowledgeable wealth. It's tangible. You got 8 of Pentacles because, and I feel like that because you've worked on yourself. So this is past energy, the 8 of Pentacles, but at the same time, it's like, and you're continuing to work on yourself. And this 2 of Wands, there's that connection. Like it's all about connection. And I feel like you were denying a connection because you felt like you did something wrong. When you're the one that needs to be sitting there. Like you're going that direction. This other person though, like a karmic, really visibly, like thought it was someone else. And I feel like they thought it was like, yeah, they thought it was someone else. Someone in particular, they thought it was. Now, that karmic, if they're still connected with the King of Cups, the King of Cups will know who the karmic thought it was by how they're treating that person. And sometimes karmics, manipulative people will either get really close to them or will talk crap on them. But I feel like who this is for, Libra. And like I said, it could be the energy of Crosswatcher. Because the Libra here could be the one initiating the cage or trying to initiate the cage. But this outside innocent bystander is an innocence. They're innocent in the fact that they had no idea. But their seat is supposed to be over here, where this other energy of this person was, where the energy of the karmic was. And all of this is opening up to them. So all the delay is getting pushed through and it's going to speed up because CEO is not happy when his company is not run the right way. 2 of Wands here, I feel like, is connecting. This is a conversation between 2 individuals where they've connected and they've been connecting and been connecting and been connecting. Like it's a connection between the 2. And I feel like it's the King of Cups and Queen of Wands here. And because of that is why this delay has been stopped, because of the connection. I mean, you have contracts with people for a reason, like I said, soul contracts. You learn a lesson from them. It could be for a season. You're there for, or they're there in your life for a reason. A lesson, a blessing, a reason, or a season. Like that's the rule of thumb with the whole thing. A lesson, a blessing, a reason, or a season. So if someone isn't meant to be in your life, you can't hold them there, especially when they have a contract elsewhere. And I feel like this is a contract that they have with someone else that's wanting to come in. So Libra, if this is you, this contract where you felt that you were on delay, this is opening up. And in the energy of the full moon in Virgo, it's one of those things where you were worried about, okay, it's opening up. I feel like it's opening up, but how's the road going to be? The obstacles that are going to be lining the side of the road, it's not going to be one of those obstacle courses. Like I said, I see it as like little decorations, something small, and that's it. This is going to be free flowing, fast movement because the delay was put on this for so long. So there was other people involved here that really got attacked. And that's seriously, when you have karmic contracts, let the karma play out. The questions need to be answered. That's what the idea of the contracts are. Questions need to be answered. They're answered, move on. Karmics here have this tendency to, and I keep seeing this where it's an entitlement. The contract can't end. I need it to keep going. Why? Because you want it. I want it, therefore I take. So for the collective sign of Libra, this is your full moon in Virgo read. Love and light.